Hello, and welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft Season 2, Episode 42, I believe. Now, you'll notice behind me there are no longer any vines behind me. That's because, sadly, in between the two episodes, I've completely moved out of this house. You'll see there's nothing, well, there's nothing really up here to begin with, but if I go down here, nothing is up here except for the cat stuff. My enchanting area, my bed, Leo, all of the stuff gone. Including in here. My map, everything. Now, oh, I did not mean to start a video while it was becoming night, but here we go. In between episodes, I've completely moved down here. Why? Because typically I like to be very close to my storage areas. So, I'm aiming for this to be my final base location. So, my actual house, all of my storage, and my crafting area down here. Ooh, I'm hitting a bit of lag over here. Okay. But I'm aiming for this to be my crafting area. So this will be a little enclosed space with some walls to block off this area that I am safe in and contains everything I could possibly need. Also, Leo is fine. He's been moved in here. He's kind of facing the wall right now. There we go. And then Wall is in one of my storage buildings. But I have everything. My first set of weapons, my first set of armor, my golden boots. On the armor stand it was on before. My enchanting setup. Now, the enchanting table is hidden in here because in order for this to work, it has to be sitting here, which blocks my entire staircase. So whenever I do need it, I can just set it out here. And then all my other crafting stuff is in here. But right now, all of this is kind of in the way. I want this to be a focus on my map. And I want to do some expansion, because whenever I get done fighting the Ender Dragon, I want to build like a mega base here. So, I kind of need more map space over here. So I need to get all of this, so I need to build an enchanting setup. And I also have to build a crafting area. Yeah, exciting, isn't it? But, here, Wall's over here. Wall got pushed around by the wandering trader that decided he was going to come in here. There we go. Wall can stay in the crafting area. But you also notice that I have everything moved in here. Every bit of material I have is in here. I actually had to put in these barrels because I didn't have enough storage for everything. Dirt takes an entire double chest and then most of this chest. It's probably going to be my first item where I need 3 chests for it. Gravel, sand, all of it's in here. And actually, upon investigating, I actually have a bit more of certain items than I thought I did. Like calcite. I have a whole bunch of this. And I didn't realize because I had stored it in 2 different areas. So, I have a bunch more than I thought I did. Also, where is it? Deep slate, I have a whole bunch of stuff of. Nether blocks. I did not know I had this much blackstone. But, that being said, I don't have enough spruce to finish up my buildings here. So, today, we are going to go and finish building up the area to move my villagers, my librarians, out of there and move them into the actual library. Okay, and there we go. Room's kind of finished off. At least the deep slate is now in. So I can officially move them in here. I also need to grab some lanterns and throw some lanterns up in here. Okay, now with the lanterns in, I can start moving the villagers in here. Now the good question is, how do I get villagers from down there all the way up and in here? Okay. Here comes the fun part. Trying to get one of the mini villagers out here. Alrighty, and there you go. You can see there's now trap doors back there. That is because instead of putting an iron golem down there, I've decided to go with the trap door thing. Now, I have every single librarian I have currently is down here. There is space to definitely put in some more. And Mending Boy and Silk Touch made it down here if I can find them. There we go. Silk Touch and Mending Boys are both down here. Mending took a while to get down here. That's the reason he's the last. Because he did not want to move from my upstairs of my villager breeder. So I actually had to build a whole new rail circuit just for him. But they are all in here. They are all safe. You can hear zombie noises, but that's because there's a cave right next to where they're at. That no matter how much light I put in there, there always seems to be a zombie in there somewhere. So, can't really do much about that. The noise is just going to kind of be there. Also, this guy decided to pop up in the middle of everything and just exist. But now, since I have my villagers up there, now I need to work on getting my cleric down here and getting him out of the villager breeder. First of all, I gotta figure out where exactly I want him in here. I do have this nice little corner here, and I'm not going to need more than one cleric, so this wouldn't be necessarily a bad spot to put him. And I've kind of made this new pod structure. I've cared less about how they look, more about how well they hold my villagers. And I've discovered that in order for the villager to go where you want them to, you need full blocks surrounding them in general. So I've had to use a deep slate to completely fill the area in front of them. So this window is going to have to come out, because I'm going to have to replace that with deep slate. So I can completely fill up the front of this so I can come in from the side and then pop the minecart out from underneath him. Okay, now time to build a rail circuit over here to get the cleric. This is going to be fun. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Probably the most complicated thing. He actually got out of the breeder while I was trying to do everything. So his gathering was a little bit more complicated. And I did smack him once getting him out of there. So let's hope the iron golems didn't see that. I am now completely paranoid. Hey, buddy. Okay, and by complicated, I mean he ran into my crop field. This is kind of the pod I recaptured him in. But now my entire crop field is just ick. I'm gonna have to fix this. Okay, well, now the field is fixed. Now to fix the interior of my breeder, because that's looking kind of funky now. Alrighty. My footage corrupted. I don't know what happened, or how it could have happened, or what went wrong. But my footage is bad. So I actually have to come back into the game and re-record the back half of my video. I don't know exactly what happened in the back half, but I know one major thing I wanted to discuss in the video was the fact that I have a name for this village now. Or technically a city. Its name is Elkis. And I've named it that because I actually had an elven city in one of my D&D campaigns named that. I love the name of the city, I loved what the city was all about, and it was kind of built like the city here. So, I'm thinking that I'm just going to name this after my D&D city of Elkis. And so we're just going to run with that name for now. If this series gets far enough along and I want to make other cities, then we can actually come up with names together for the other cities, but for the time being, the city of this, or the name of this city is going to be Elkis. That was the main part to the end of the video that I wanted to talk about, as well as naming all of the cats. If you have any suggestions for any of the unnamed cats, shoot it in the comments. I currently have Leo and Wall over in my base. Leo is my personal cat. He's actually named after my cat in real life. And then Wall was just a joke named cat, because I found him while I was building the wall, ironically behind this. But, yeah. I don't quite remember everything that was said in the back half of that video, because I recorded it quite a few hours ago. I was actually in the process of editing it when I realized the issue that went on. When I went in and did my initial check, it didn't look like anything was wrong with the footage. And then when I went through to actually edit the footage, everything looked kind of, well, wonky. So, I will have to do my outro again. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was just a whole bunch of moving villagers around, but they all got to where they needed to be. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!